Some Kind of Wonderful, 1987, remains a cherished teen classic, capturing the angst and excitement of young love with unforgettable performances and timeless charm. Now, 37 years later, fans can't help but wonder, what became of the talented cast who brought these iconic characters to life? From breakout stars to behind-the-scenes transformations, their journeys have taken unexpected twists and turns. In this article, we'll uncover where they are now in 2024, exploring how their careers and lives have evolved since the movie's release. Get ready for a nostalgic trip down memory lane. John Ashton, born on February 22, 1948, was 39 years old when he played the role of Cliff Nelson in Some Kind of Wonderful, 1987. Cliff is the hard-working and loving father of Keith, struggling to reconcile his dreams for his son with the harsh reality of their circumstances. As an actor, Ashton faced many challenges in his personal life, notably battling alcoholism for several years. Despite these struggles, he had a successful acting career, appearing in a variety of roles across TV and film, with Beverly Hills Cop and The Breakfast Club among his most notable works. However, his personal life was far from perfect. He was married twice, with both marriages ending in divorce. He had 2 children, one from each marriage, and maintained an amicable relationship with them, though his relationship with his ex-wives was strained. Sadly, his life was cut short when he passed away on September 26, 2024, at the age of 76, after battling cancer. Eric Stoltz was born on September 30, 1961, and at the time of filming Some Kind of Wonderful in 1987, he was 25 years old. He portrayed Keith Nelson, a sensitive and artistic high school student who dreams of becoming a painter, often torn between his deep feelings for his best friend Watts and his infatuation with Amanda Jones. Despite his talent and determination, Stoltz's life has been marked by personal and professional struggles. Although he gained recognition for his early work, his career faced significant ups and downs. A major turning point was when he was originally cast as Marty McFly in Back to the Future, but was replaced by Michael J. Fox after filming had already started. In his personal life, Stoltz has faced challenges as well. He has been in several relationships but has never been married. He remains a private individual and continues to work in Hollywood, although his public profile has quieted down in recent years. As of today, he is 63 years old, and though there are no significant reports of tragedies, his life remains largely out of the public eye. Craig Sheffer was born on April 23, 1960, and portrayed the character of Hardy Jens in Some Kind of Wonderful, 1987, a role that defined him as the wealthy and arrogant antagonist. At the time of filming, Sheffer was 27 years old. Hardy Jens is a manipulative and charming figure who initially uses his influence to control others, particularly the female protagonist Amanda, but his true nature unravels as the film progresses. Although Sheffer gained recognition for this role, his personal life was marked by struggles. He experienced ups and downs in his career, particularly in the late 1980s and 1990s when he was overshadowed by bigger stars. His love life also faced turmoil. Sheffer married in the early 1990s, but his marriage ended in divorce, and he had 1 child from the relationship. He later found happiness with another partner but never fully escaped the shadows of his early fame. Throughout his career, he grappled with periods of depression and difficulty securing leading roles. Now 64 years old, Sheffer continues to work in the film industry, but his career trajectory never quite reached the heights it once seemed poised to achieve. Mary Stuart Masterson was born on June 28, 1966, and was 21 years old during the filming of Some Kind of Wonderful, 1987, where she played Watts, a tough and independent tomboy who harbors deep feelings for her best friend Keith Nelson. Known for her emotional depth and sincerity, Masterson's career initially took off with roles that highlighted her strong and relatable characters. However, her personal life has seen many ups and downs. She has been married multiple times. She wed actor Jeremy Sisto in 2003, but their marriage ended in divorce in 2009. Masterson later married director and producer Damon Santostefano in 2011, and they have children together. Despite her professional success, Masterson's life has not been without its struggles, including dealing with the pressures of fame and personal loss. Currently, she is 58 years old, enjoying a more private life and focusing on her family and creative projects. Elias Koteas was born on March 11, 1961, and at the age of 26, he took on the role of Skinhead in Some Kind of Wonderful, 1987, a tough character with a surprising depth that ultimately earns the audience's sympathy. Koteas' career took off in the late 1980s and 1990s, with roles in The Prophecy, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, and Crash. Despite his rising fame, his personal life has been anything but smooth. Koteas has faced several challenges, including struggling with his mental health and dealing with a difficult relationship that ended in an acrimonious breakup. There was speculation about his sexuality, with Koteas never publicly confirming nor denying rumors, leaving many to wonder about the emotional cost of maintaining privacy in an often intrusive industry. His personal and career journey reflects the struggles of being a character actor in a world that often only values leading men. Though Koteas has never fully embraced mainstream success, his performances in cult classics have kept him a respected figure in the industry. Now 63 years old, Koteas has continued to act, though his fame has waned compared to his peak in the 90s. Lea Thompson, born on May 31, 1961, was 26 years old when she starred as Amanda Jones in Some Kind of Wonderful, 1987. Amanda, the beautiful but troubled girl, is seeking genuine connections while navigating the complexities of high school life. Throughout her career, Thompson has enjoyed both critical and commercial success, notably in Back to the Future and Caroline in the City. However, her life outside of acting has not been without hardships. She married film director Howard Deutsch in 1989, and the two had 2 daughters together. Despite the seemingly idyllic family, their marriage faced significant challenges, leading to their eventual separation. Thompson's life also saw periods of personal grief, including the loss of loved ones and her own battles with health and identity. Now, at 63 years old, Thompson continues to act, but her focus has shifted more toward personal fulfillment and her role as a mother and grandmother. Maddie Corman was born on August 15, 1970, and starred as Laura Nelson in Some Kind of Wonderful, 1987. At just 17 years old during filming, she portrayed Keith's younger sister, a character who was curious, playful, and often involved in her brother's life. Corman's career in film and television began with much promise in her youth, but as she grew older, she found herself struggling with personal and professional challenges. Throughout the 1990s, she appeared in various television shows and movies, but she was often overshadowed by other rising stars. Her personal life was no less complicated, and Corman faced difficult periods with relationships that ended in heartache. She married actor Michael B. McGrady, but their relationship was marred by struggles that eventually led to their separation. In addition to her relationship challenges, she also faced mental health battles that she later opened up about. Today, Maddie Corman is 54 years old and continues to work in entertainment, primarily in theater and writing. Molly Hagan was born on August 3, 1961, and played the role of Shane in Some Kind of Wonderful, 1987. At 25 years old during filming, she portrayed a compassionate friend to the lead characters, offering wisdom and a sense of stability. Outside of her career, Hagan has had her share of ups and downs. She struggled with balancing her professional career with personal life, and although she gained recognition in the 1980s and 1990s, some of her major projects were overshadowed by others. She had a few relationships in her past, but there is little public information on her private life, which she has largely kept out of the spotlight. Despite her success in film and television, Hagan had her own battles, with certain moments in her career marked by disappointment, including roles that didn't live up to her early expectations. Her personal life has been relatively quiet compared to other actors, and she seems to have remained focused on her craft. As of today, Molly Hagan is 63 years old, and she continues to act, with appearances in both television and film, maintaining a relatively low-key but stable career. Jane Elliott, born on January 17, 1947, played the role of Carol Nelson, Keith's supportive yet concerned mother, in Some Kind of Wonderful, 1987. At 40 years old during filming, she portrayed a woman who was both nurturing and pragmatic, always thinking about the future of her children while dealing with the complexities of family life. However, her career had a mix of success and failure, with some projects leaving her unsatisfied or underappreciated. Despite her career achievements, Elliott's personal life wasn't without its challenges. She faced a tumultuous marriage, which ended in a painful divorce, affecting her both emotionally and financially. Additionally, Elliott battled with the pressure of aging in an industry that often disregards older actresses, which led to feelings of insecurity and doubt. She was married to a fellow actor in the early 1970s, but their union did not last, and they parted ways after several years. Today, Jane Elliott is 77 years old and remains an active presence in the acting world, with appearances in various television shows. Scott Coffey was born on May 1, 1964, and played the role of Ray in Some Kind of Wonderful, 1987. At 23 years old during the film's production, Scott brought to life the quirky and artistic character, providing much-needed comic relief. His youthful energy and unique portrayal of Ray contributed to the movie's charm. Scott's career took off after Some Kind of Wonderful, but his journey was far from smooth. He worked on various films, including Mulholland Drive, but struggled to find consistent work in Hollywood. His personal life was marked by turmoil, with multiple failed relationships and battles with addiction. Though Scott has remained mostly out of the public eye, his time in Hollywood was a roller coaster, with periods of extreme highs followed by challenging lows. He is currently 60 years old and lives a more private life away from the limelight, focusing on his well-being and personal growth. Candace Cameron Bure was born on April 6, 1976. She portrayed Cindy Nelson in Some Kind of Wonderful, 1987, a character who brought a sense of innocence and fun to the movie's dynamic. At the time of filming, Candace was only 11 years old, marking one of her earliest roles in a major film. Growing up in the spotlight, she found immense success in television, most notably in the role of DJ Tanner on Full House, which catapulted her to fame. Though her career flourished, Candace's personal life was marked by challenges. She married hockey player Valeri Bure in 1996, and they have 3 children. Despite a happy marriage, her life hasn't been without trials. She has been outspoken about the pressures of fame and balancing work with family life. In recent years, Candace has focused on acting in Hallmark films and hosting, while also maintaining a strong social media presence. She is now 48 years old, continuing her career and family life with a positive outlook. Chynna Phillips was born on February 12, 1968, and played Mia in Some Kind of Wonderful, 1987. At 19 years old during filming, she brought to life the character of Mia, a confident and influential girl who stood at the top of the social ladder. Chynna was born into a family of musical legends, as the daughter of John and Michelle Phillips from the Mamas and the Papas. Her childhood was one filled with privilege but also shadows of family struggles, as her parents' turbulent relationship impacted her. She ventured into a successful music career, notably as a member of the group Wilson Phillips, and saw great success with the hit Hold On. However, her career was marred by personal battles, including struggles with substance abuse. Chynna's love life was not without its ups and downs. She married actor William Baldwin in 1995, and they have 2 children. Their marriage, while enduring, has faced its share of challenges. Today, Chynna, now 56 years old, has overcome many of her personal struggles and continues to remain active in music and television. Carmine Caridi, born on January 23, 1934, was 53 years old when he appeared in Some Kind of Wonderful, 1987, portraying the museum guard, a stern and vigilant figure responsible for the security of the exhibits. Caridi's career spanned decades, with notable roles in the Godfather films and the TV series The Sopranos, where he played various supporting characters with depth and gravitas. While he was respected in the industry for his acting chops, Caridi faced personal struggles. His most public controversy came in 2004 when he was convicted for selling pirated copies of movies, a setback that impacted his career. Caridi was married twice, but details of his family life remained mostly private. In his later years, he lived in relative seclusion. On May 28, 2019, he passed away at the age of 85 due to complications following a fall, leaving behind a legacy in both film and television. Peter Elbling, born on November 29, 1943, was 43 years old when he played the maitre d' in Some Kind of Wonderful, 1987, portraying a refined and composed figure managing a restaurant with grace. Elbling's career included many supporting roles in both television and film, where he often played characters who exuded sophistication and charm. His career, however, was marked by periods of struggle as he found it difficult to land major roles despite his strong presence on screen. Elbling also had a turbulent personal life, with a series of relationships that never seemed to last. He faced the tragic loss of a close family member, which profoundly affected him and led to a period of withdrawal from the public eye. Now 81 years old, Elbling has retired from acting and lives a quiet life, away from the limelight, reflecting on a career that, while steady, was never as high-profile as some of his peers. Lee Garlington, born on July 20, 1953, was 34 years old when she portrayed the gym instructor in Some Kind of Wonderful, 1987, a character full of energy and passion for fitness. Garlington's career included a mixture of TV and film roles, with her appearance in Some Kind of Wonderful being one of her many strong, yet often overlooked, parts. She was known for her ability to portray tough and resilient characters, but her journey in Hollywood was far from smooth. Garlington experienced struggles in her personal life, including a failed marriage that left her as a single mother. Despite these challenges, she remained committed to her career, taking on roles that varied from sitcoms to dramatic parts. Garlington also dealt with issues of typecasting, but her persistence allowed her to find new opportunities. Now 71 years old, she continues to act in smaller roles, while also focusing on personal projects and her family. Kenneth Kimmins, born on September 4, 1941, portrayed the detention teacher in Some Kind of Wonderful, 1987. At 46 years old during filming, he played a strict figure who maintained discipline in the classroom, often clashing with rebellious students. Although he gained recognition for this role, Kimmins faced a career path filled with difficult and at times unremarkable roles. His personal life also brought its share of hardships, notably his struggles in finding lasting happiness. Kimmins was married twice, and both unions were marred by difficulty. His first marriage ended in a bitter divorce, and while he married again later, that too did not last, resulting in yet another divorce. Throughout his life, Kimmins struggled with balancing his professional responsibilities with his personal demons, particularly battles with depression. His career peaked in the late 80s, but the years that followed were less fruitful, leaving him to navigate the complex landscape of aging in Hollywood. Now 83, Kimmins is still alive but keeps a very low profile, living quietly in retirement after many years of sporadic acting appearances. Patricia Gall, born on October 31, 1945, played the role of Mrs. Gale in Some Kind of Wonderful, 1987, a nurturing and caring character who offered guidance and wisdom to the younger characters in the story. At the time of filming, Gall was 41 years old. Gall's career in Hollywood was largely built on playing supportive maternal figures, but despite her success on screen, her life outside of acting was marked by personal struggles. She was married twice, with her first marriage to actor and director Brian Dennehy. Although they had 2 children, the relationship ended in divorce. Gall's second marriage was to a businessman, but that too did not last, leaving her with 2 children to raise on her own. Her career went through periods of stagnation, and she faced the bitter realities of balancing motherhood with the demands of her acting career. The years were difficult, and the roles that had once come so easily became harder to land. Now at 79, Patricia Gall lives away from the limelight, choosing a quiet life out of the public eye, far from the days of her big-screen fame. J. Patrick McNamara, born on October 30, 1942, played the role of the fight teacher in Some Kind of Wonderful, 1987. At 44 years old during filming, he portrayed a strict but fair self-defense instructor, pushing his students to their physical and mental limits. McNamara's career included various roles, often portraying authoritative or tough characters, but his personal life was marred by tragedy. He faced struggles with maintaining relationships, as his dedication to his craft often came at the expense of his family life. He married once, but the marriage ended in divorce after several years, and he was never able to fully heal from the emotional toll. In his later years, McNamara battled with health issues and had financial difficulties, struggling to find consistent work. His life came to an end on January 2, 2023, at the age of 80, following complications from a fall. His death marked the end of a life full of both professional success and personal hardship. Kathy Cavadini, born on April 21, 1961, appeared as a party guest in Some Kind of Wonderful, 1987. She was 26 years old during the filming, and her character exuded charm and a warm presence at social events. Cavadini's early career in acting and voice acting held much promise, and she gained recognition for her role as the voice of Blossom in the Powerpuff Girls. However, her career was not without its challenges. Despite early successes, Cavadini found it difficult to navigate the competitive entertainment industry, and her roles became less frequent as the years went on. Her personal life was marked by a troubled marriage, which eventually ended in divorce. The separation left her emotionally drained, and she faced significant challenges in rebuilding her life and career. Despite these struggles, Cavadini's passion for her craft remained, and she eventually found solace in voice work. At 63 years old, Kathy Cavadini continues to work, mostly in voice acting, and remains a beloved figure in the entertainment industry. Jonathan Schmock, born on February 26, 1956, took on the role of the car parker in Some Kind of Wonderful, 1987. He was 31 years old during the filming, portraying a polite and efficient valet who ensures the guests' cars are taken care of with precision and courtesy. Though his role in the film was small, Schmock's acting career spanned several years, but it was often overshadowed by other more prominent actors of his generation. Professionally, Schmock faced numerous struggles in securing consistent roles and establishing himself in the industry, despite his initial appearances in popular TV shows and films. His personal life also had its share of turmoil. Schmock married early in his life, but the marriage was brief and ended in divorce, leaving him with a sense of lost opportunity. Though he found some stability later in life, he was never able to truly find happiness in his relationships. Today, Jonathan Schmock is 68 years old, and while he still occasionally appears in acting roles, his career has largely slowed down. He maintains a quiet life, focusing on more private pursuits away from the public eye. Steve Alterman, born on August 16, 1963, played a party guest in Some Kind of Wonderful, 1987, where he was 24 years old during filming. Alterman's character brought energy to the social gatherings, providing a lively and approachable presence at events. However, his career in film was short-lived, with Some Kind of Wonderful being one of his most significant roles. He later struggled to find roles that suited him, and after a series of disappointing auditions, he left the film industry behind. Alterman's personal life was fraught with its own struggles. He married in his late 20s, but the marriage was marred by constant tension and ended in divorce after just a few years. He also dealt with severe financial difficulties and experienced a downward spiral in his career. These hardships took a toll on his mental health, leading to a period of isolation. Now 61 years old, Steve Alterman has found a new path in life, working in a completely different field away from acting, where he has found some measure of peace and stability. Penelope Sudrow, born on January 20, 1966, portrayed Friend 2 in Some Kind of Wonderful, 1987. At 21 years old during filming, Penelope embodied the supportive, loyal friend who always provided comfort and wisdom. Despite her youthful role in the film, her career struggled to gain traction in Hollywood. She worked on a handful of projects, but Penelope's dreams of fame were often overshadowed by personal hardships. Raised in a family that struggled financially, Penelope found herself dealing with the pressures of balancing work and personal life. She married at a young age but faced heartbreak as the marriage ended in a painful divorce. Penelope had 2 children from this marriage, but the constant strain of her career and family life led to emotional turmoil. At 58 years old, Penelope has largely withdrawn from acting, choosing to focus on her family life and well-being, though she occasionally reflects on her past in interviews. Ike Eisenman, born on July 21, 1962, played a party guest in Some Kind of Wonderful, 1987. At 25 years old during filming, Ike portrayed a charismatic, outgoing character who loved to keep the mood lively at the party. Although his role in the film was brief, it left an impression with his energy. Ike's career began at a young age with roles in films and television series such as Escape to Witch Mountain and Return from Witch Mountain, but his fame never reached the heights he hoped for. His personal life saw its own set of challenges. He was married twice, both relationships ending in divorce. Ike had 2 children from his second marriage, but like many aspects of his life, his family dynamics were complicated. The actor faced personal struggles, including financial difficulties and a long battle with substance abuse. At 62 years old, Ike now lives a quieter life, staying away from the limelight and focusing on his health and family. Deborah Follander, born on May 18, 1955, played a party guest in Some Kind of Wonderful, 1987. At the age of 32, she brought elegance and sophistication to her role. Deborah had been a respected actress with a strong presence in both film and television throughout the 1980s. However, her career faced major setbacks after the film industry began to shift towards new talent and projects. Despite her early successes, her personal life was marked by painful struggles. She married actor and director Edward Follander, but the relationship ultimately ended in divorce. Deborah had 1 child, a son, who became her source of strength through her challenging times. Her battles with mental health and self-esteem were often hidden behind the glamorous image she projected. Now 69 years old, Deborah has remained mostly out of the public eye, living a quiet life focused on personal healing. Who is your favorite character from Some Kind of Wonderful? How do you feel knowing that some of the actors have passed away? Don't hesitate to leave your thoughts in the comments below. If you enjoy this content, please remember to like, subscribe to the channel, and ring the bell so you won't miss future videos. Thank you so much.